Well, it's the first time all four of us have finally managed to sit down together, have a little catch up. We've had a few drinks, I'm not going to lie, so this might be a bit merry, but it's finally nice to sit down and maybe recap on what we've been doing all year, because I know we've been extremely busy. So, Dave, we'll start with you.
Why'd you have to start with me?
Because you're the face.
And did you not catch an 100-pounder?
No. So yeah, that's the year before.
So I had to throw it back up.
Did I mention it was 3 over 90?
That was so last year, Dave.
Yeah. So this year I've weirdly, right after that, when I caught them Euro aquafish and then caught the Frimley fish, people were going to me like, "Oh, what are you gonna do? Where are you gonna go?" And it did make me question carp fishing, you know, like you do.
Yeah.
So I thought,
hard to follow up.
I'm going to go back to where it all started, where I caught my first 20, because everything's moved on so much. And there was a fish that I actually caught 14 pound that had grew to over 40 pound. And this fish is so old now, lovely, rounded off fins and all that. But there's probably about 120 to 200 fish in the lake. No one really knows. And I've gone back there this year and I caught it 3 weeks ago. So yeah, it's been a great year and I've really enjoyed my year, and it's made me realise it ain't all about size. Sometimes it's just about your passion for your fishing and that. And yeah, I've got a blog coming out soon and I hope it comes across in that. But yeah.
Well plugged, by the way, with the blog. Link below. Well done, Dave. You are such a such a professional, isn't he? like, subscribe, and hit the bell button.
Basically, red wine makes me talk loads better. But Loz, that's my year, mate. So
You have had a good, to be fair, mate, you have had a good year. It's not just that fish, like the amount of scaly fish that we've all seen, that you've put on your social media as well, the amount of backup fish you've
They are lovely old fish,
and the thing is, the one I wanted to catch weren't a scaly, and I think today, we live in a world where everything's a linear or fully scaled.
Yeah.
I wanted to go back and catch that old girl, but that's enough about me.
Back years ago, when you caught a scaly, it was a big thing, wasn't it? It was like, oh, I've had the scaly one.
Lee, when I fish that,
Now it's like, oh, another scaly one, another scaly, and it's changed so much.
What's interesting about the story, or I hope people find interesting, is I caught an 18 pound, might have been 20 pound linear, that when I was 14 years old, on my BMX, I was feeding Go-Cat, and it's still swimming around in that lake. And I caught.
You think how much changed in the world since then?
That fish meant so much to me this year. I was fucking on the verge of tears. I was like, I can't believe you're still alive. I phoned my mate who I grew up with and went, mate, you won't believe what I've just caught. You know what I mean?
That's good.
And so,
Especially in that lake as well, because that's had a lot of history, that lake. Like, it's gone through so many changes. For the fish to still be alive in an open park, pretty much lake like that, that's changed to what it is today, you'd think that would have well been gone.
Yeah,
that fish has been
Just
through a
because
lot
of
in
the
its
changes.
life, hasn't it?
That's what I'm saying. It's not like it's just in a tranquil syndicate that gets fed every day.
Do you know what they all say? Everyone's fishing is something different to them.
It's personal.
So I'll never slag someone for fishing where they want to fish. You fish where you want. It's got to mean
I
something
think that's
to you.
one of the beauties of carp fishing, is it's such a varied thing. Whether it's day ticket fishing, big carp fishing, European big carp fishing, it offers us all such a different variety. And who are you to say that that's not right?
Never be blindsided. Just fish for what
As long as you enjoy it and you're loving it, then crack on. That's
I
the
just
way
find
look
that every season seems to be different. Like, that's the thing. Like, every year I have, like, for me, for example, I have a game plan. I go, right, okay, I'm going to fish my syndicate this year. This is what I'm going to do. And then I filmed an approach at the beginning of the season, really early in the season. It was probably end of March time, freezing cold. Got that done. That was in France. Filming went really well. You know, the film's going to come out, and it was great.
And it was proper sideways rain, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then I thought to myself, right, this is perfect. I can go home, I can fish the syndicate for the... And to be fair, it never really panned out. But then along came more opportunities where at the end, towards the end of the season, like, well, sort of Augusty time, September time, a new opportunity for me come arise, and I ended up sort of fishing abroad way more than I did in the UK.
Because Jay, I know you love your European fishing, didn't you? So suddenly you had this opportunity to fish abroad at least once a month, and you took it with both hands and run with it.
Yeah, the
didn't
way
you?
I look at it, I love an adventure. I like to be able to go, I've never fished that place before, you know, and find out more things about it. Exactly, like I said, the lake I fished in Germany, you know, I found out the Echo Sounder showed me the thermocline. That changed the way I fished off of that session, you know, and it just, the season's gone, like the end of the season's gone fantastic for me, you know. I've got loads of 60s, I've had, you know, and I've had fun.
Yeah,
This
that's
season
what
is
it's about.
Jay,
isn't
Jay,
it?
one
That's what it's
question
about.
for you though. What is your personal best bench press?
I'll tell you, big, a lot.
Bigger than the Carp.
So probably more than me in that.
Loz, I know like you've fished a ridiculous amount of waters this year.
I've heard it might be 34.
34, but no, you can't actually say, I know you've had fish to upper 40s from lakes you can't talk about, but lakes you can talk about, what have you done?
Yeah, so a lot of my fishing revolves around the day ticket scene. You know, that's the job, that's what I love, and that's what I signed up for. So a lot of the time with tactics, the year started off with tactics like it has done for the last 12 months. That's finished now. But across that, we fished 46 different lakes in 58 weeks worth of fishing. We had fish to over 40 pounds, and they were live sessions as well. It's not something you turn up to and you've got a second chance. You're there, you're live, you're doing it, and whatever happens, happens. So I'm really pleased with how that went. I'm also really pleased that they've come to an end, if I'm honest.
I was going to ask you a question. How did you? I was going to ask you that question. Is how did you find doing the session, whether it be a 2-nighter, 3-nighter, then having to go home, redo all your kit for the next lake? Obviously, that lake might be completely different to the one before. Now, I come home from a European trip and I feel like I can't do anything for 2 weeks before I've sorted my gear out, like, because the lake's totally different. Like, and you've had to do that every single week. How did you find that?
Yeah, you've had to adjust your fishing continuously.
I think the thing is that when you fish a syndicate, you build up a picture. You can put bait in areas. You're in tune with it.
You're always thinking of the next week.
I found this the hardest thing to do because, like you said, every single session, every single lakes that I don't even know, presents a different challenge. And 1 week I might be doing something completely different to another week.
Bait boating, casting,
Yeah, literally.
everything. It was the whole lot, ain't it? You've done everything.
And the amount of research, like, it's not what you see during that 40-hour session, it's what you see at home. Yeah, exactly. Like, the amount of research, the amount of preparation that goes into it. Like, and I'm not going to lie, there was a couple of times I nearly lost my head. Like, it's not something that, I don't think I've seen it ever done before throughout the industry, like to fish on live sessions every single week.
And consistently.
It's a lot of pressure.
You know, the pressure
We
was there.
said before, didn't we, talking, we don't know how you've done it.
Are you going to keep doing them this year?
Yeah, so, Tactics is now finished as live sessions. Thank you, bless you, done. It's now going to move over to a YouTube format, so
that means you can blank for 7 weeks
exactly.
and still catch
and if
me.
it goes wrong, we can go back. No, so Tactics will be coming out. The first episode, so moving over to a YouTube platform for everyone to see.
That'd be
the
brilliant,
first one's going to be the aquarium, which we shot in France this year. That's going to come out just after the new year.
Excellent.
So I'm looking forward to that. But like I said, you know, I fished day tickets that are non-publicity. I can't say too much about them. But that was my fishing. It wasn't for RidgeMonkey. It wasn't for social media.
That's for you.
I wanted
because you
a
love
break
carp fishing.
because I love carp fishing.
Well, so now
You know?
we move on to Lee, which we all know Lee's a good angler, but Lee, I think I got you on the manor this year, didn't I?
You did, yeah.
And I said to Lee, like, Lee's not one of them anglers that fishes big, open, wild pits. And I said to him, do you know what? If you went on a manor, you'd catch 10 40s in a year. Like,
You lied.
you're mad.
You lied to me.
He's let you down. He's only caught 9. So, like, how did your year go, Lee?
Yeah, like you say, I think it was last winter, weren't we? We was talking, and I said I fancy something different, and we mentioned the manor, so we went down there. Started mid-April. You'd mentioned that someone had caught 29, I think it was.
29 fish in
the
the
year
season.
before, so I was like,
I said,
Right,
I want at least 40 out. Yeah.
and I was thinking if I can catch 30, I've had a really good year.
Yeah.
And I ended up like having 55. Sort of, yeah, it went well.
Which me and Jay have both fished that lake. 55 fish out of that lake in the season.
Crazy. That's double.
insane.
Even the good anglers.
It was good. I had one trip where I had 10 in 2 days, and a real cracking bloke, Neil, done some photographs, and it was actually more than he'd caught for the season
That's
at
crazy,
that point in 2 days. You know, which sort of showed, yeah, it was a good achievement.
To be fair, that lake is a bit of Essex history, isn't it, Joe?
Oh, it's
Like,
amazing. I've been fishing there since, well,
a shame.
since 2000.
on and off, yes.
1999.
Yeah.
Sort of look down on
That's
it.
probably why I met Joe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Some people
1999
sort of look.
first.
Them fish have seen everything. They've been battered for
Yeah,
years and years. And if you ain't angling well,
They know the coup.
you don't catch it. That's all there, yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You've
yeah.
got to be doing it right to catch them. If you don't do it right, you will not catch them.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's been good. There's been a real good group of blokes on there this year, and yeah, it's gone all right.
What have you done differently then? Because, and without giving too much away,
Between 3 of us, we used 900 kilo of bait. So that's
That's
sort
it
of,
then. That'll do
yeah,
it.
not just boilie. We
And
put
that
a
ain't
lot of,
just mainline, is it? It's
not
upper
just
bait
mainline,
companies, you've
yeah.
baited areas.
Yeah, between 3
applied
of
it,
us,
yeah.
so not to start with, we didn't. We fished for bites and and let them spawn. And there's a lot of big female carp in that lake, like a joke.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
lose a lot of weight, 10-pounder fish, you know, a lot of them. So they shut it for a week when they spawned. So me and Tops were like, right, this is an opportunity to start getting it in. We'd done 100 or kilo of bait in that week, and it just went on. Like from then on,
And
we'd
I
had
will
a
add,
few.
you actually do pay for your bait, Lee, didn't you?
And like Topper does, and then it's just, if you really want to do something, you work out a way of doing it. It's like the ticket's not cheap, but if you want to do it,
You just get on
you
with
get
it.
on with it.
Yeah,
mate.
yeah,
You do
yeah.
what it takes to earn the money to do it, don't you? You know, and that's what it is. And yeah, we did put a lot of bait in, and the fish this year have just got massive. You know, it's a
but
joke.
there's nothing wrong with putting the bait in. It's a genuine, if that's your advantage, that you've got to go with it.
A lot of the other lads were like, these fish are... I remember one lad, he caught a... Yeah, right. So I caught one in the spring, a real nice one, moon scale, 47.12, I think it was. Lovely, like mega one. Well happy with it. It got caught after spawning at 44 pound, 45 pound, and the lad who caught it was like, oh, it ain't spawned out fully. And I started laughing. And he was like, what are you laughing at? And I went, it has.
That's it spawned out.
And I was like, it's because it's been eating.
Yeah.
Like, we fed the hell out of it, and that fish likes boilies, you know. It was munching
And
like
to
that.
be fair, Lee,
And that's why it
the
grew.
manor is renowned for the amount
boilie
of
fish.
bait. Yeah,
I've-
they've always been that way.
When I had Stella, I looked at it and thought, I just wonder how many kilos of boilie of this carp.
It's like a
Honestly,
boilie
do you know what I
hoover.
mean?
Yeah.
You think over the years how much bait that fish has ate?
How big was Stella?
I had it 41, 42 spawned out.
Crazy.
after
I remember
spawning.
in like 99, and it was like 27 pounds.
It's crazy, mate.
I
Then-
remember.
And I've seen it go way up to
Yeah,
over
yeah.
50. You know.
Yeah,
I think it was 46, 47. Breen Common this year, I think the record it had been is 42, 44 pound, 48s now. Like, there's
I had
loads of them. They're
26,
massive.
28 pound that fish. 21 years
I think
ago.
the
yeah,
middle
yeah.
common now is bigger than the big common. They've just
Need
they've
a
just
bait.
loved
So
it.
you've had
They've
this
just loved it.
amazing season.
Yeah.
What's your?
A good season.
Let's start with you, Lee. What's your plans for next year?
Well, not next year, now. Do you know what I mean? I've
Yeah,
got a
yeah.
winter ticket that is like
Mega.
mega.
ticket. Yeah.
like we speak. So up till March that runs, and I've got a limited amount of nights to do
Be fair,
it.
you've got a chance for 60 pounder.
If I can catch a couple of free out of there, I've got a chance of a real
Yeah.
mega one.
Uh,
Do you know
every
what I mean?
time you go
Real
fish,
mega
I'm
one.
excited.
Yeah, I am and all.
Yeah, you think
It's
"Oh,
one of-
what might happen, you know? What I
I've
mean?
done a guestie last year in January and fluked one out. It's not a great winter, you know, it's not got mega winter form, but I fluked, you know, I turned up on a real mild spell, moon was right and everything, and they were showing and I caught one. The buzz when you're playing them in, when you think this could be a 60 pounder is
So coming out of this winter session, what are your plans for next year?
winter, depending what tickets are. The hardest thing nowadays in modern
Getting
carping
tickets, yeah,
is
yeah.
getting tickets, isn't it?
Waiting
That
on
is,
tickets, yeah.
and it's the way it is now, you know, and obviously being more involved with RidgeMonkey, that's going to
It can help
interfere
help
with
or
me own
hinder.
fishing.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
going to
help.
make a difference.
Yeah.
It's a good problem, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a good
So
problem. to have.
fortunate, yeah,
So
amazing.
if we look at the future, Jay, what's next year hold for you, mate?
Again, winter is going to be just lots and lots of work. I'll be doing the odd day ticket here and there, just day sessions, sorry. And then coming out of winter, I don't know if I'm even going to join a syndicate this year. The same opportunity is going to be for me going forward, where I can be going abroad a fair amount, fishing lakes that have been unfished, fishing lakes that just basically I've never been to. People I know may have been there, but it's just an adventure for me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
not
good
sure whether I'm
opportunity,
actually
good
going to
opportunity.
Massive.
pay for a syndicate ticket this year and concentrate on that,
The thing is as
But
well,
I know me.
most syndicate tickets are not cheap now.
No.
It's not like you're talking a couple of £100, you know.
They're a waste of
I haven't
£1,000
joined.
on
I
getting
haven't
three
not
nights
joined.
in there.
No. Well, the thing is with me, I haven't not joined a syndicate probably since '98.
Yeah.
I've had a syndicate ticket every single year. This would possibly be my first season of not actually having a ticket. So, in reality, I think
You're going to
come
concentrate.
February, March, I'm going to be like,
do it.
I need that
You're
ticket.
a bit
Just in
itching.
case.
Well, the thing is, it's one of them ones where I can join clubs and I can join like smaller, cheaper venues. But if I just want to go and have a walk around and just sit down and watch some water for a couple of hours,
Just do a bit
in
of fishing
peace
for
and
you,
quiet,
yeah.
then they're the syndicates I want to join. I'm not really bothered about the size of the fish anymore, especially in the UK. You know, I just want to be able to go somewhere, sit down, and look at a venue
And enjoy
go,
it.
I enjoy that. I enjoy that view.
And that's the main thing, isn't it?
And that's
At the end
carp
of the
fishing
day.
again.
So what about you, Loz? Coming year, you're coming off of the back of doing
Day ticket after
day
day
ticket
ticket.
after day ticket. Are you going to? I mean, I know you enjoy that kind of fishing. You like that's hit fishing. What's this year bringing to you?
So Tactics is obviously going to go to a YouTube base, so that's going to continue throughout the year. Plenty of episodes coming onto the YouTube for that. I've actually got a new syndicate starting in June, so it's the first time I know I've had a non-publicity one this year, but this is going to be the first sort of high-profile syndicate I've had
We
for a
can
good
hear
few
about
years.
it. Yeah.
So that starts in the summer, which I'm really looking forward to. And then it's just going to be a case of filming and tutorials as well, which I know all of us have dabbled in. So up until the syndicate starts, busy. What about
Excellent.
you?
Me
Yeah, what about
myself.
you?
Well, do you know what? Next year, I spent this year wanting to catch that old carp that I caught. Next year, I want to catch a massive carp.
Yeah.
So I've got a couple of lakes I'm going to join. They've got massive carp in, and only if you chew both of my legs off, I'm not going to have a good go for them. But we are doing the Great Escape next year.
We are.
It's coming back. So
It is back.
And do you know what? The
I
first.
think look at the smile. We're all buzzing, aren't we?
It's
It's
great.
Me and Dave have been rubbing around. We got fresh meat.
Used to.
Oh my God.
Do you know what? I'm not sure what I'm looking forward to more. The first two venues are out of this world, or what we're going to do to these two.
And that's what's
We
worrying
need to
for
decide
us
if there's
too.
some sort of disclaimer, bullying disclaimer, because something's about to go
There's
down.
no bullying. It's to do with life and death.
And I have no doubt the challenges are
Basically,
going to be stepped up even more crazy than what
this
they were
year, the
before.
Great Escape is going up another level, from another level of lake to another level of person. Sorry, I'm going to say that again. To another level.
Easy for you to say, Dave. Easy for you to say,
Do
Dave.
you want some more wine?
level.
So this year, the Great Escape is going up another level with lakes, but we've got a different level of angler with us.
Yeah, it should be good this year.
It's going to be, the competition's going to be bigger. Not that it is a competition, because this is four mates, which we definitely are,
Yeah,
going away. We're going to have a bloody laugh,
Yeah.
and between us four lads,
we're going to
gonna
catch
try
the
and-
carp.
we're
We're going
gonna
to
catch-
try our very best to catch.
between us,
them
let's
mega
try and catch some massive
And-
carp.
carp. I've not done a lot of foreign fishing,
No, you haven't.
so for me, it's going to really push me. You know,
Well, to be
I'm
fair,
going to
Lee,
experience some.
I don't think either of you have.
No, we haven't.
we haven't.
Because
No,
before
no,
joining
handful of times.
RidgeMonkey, I'd hardly done any for them. I thought I had, but
You know what we've got coming.
Yeah,
really.
I'm looking forward to what you two got coming.
Yeah.
I'm buzzing to see you two put massive fish in the net
Yeah.
and enjoy the moment with you.
I remember like your Euro Aqua session when we was chatting through it, and I was
Yeah.
getting all excited with just like,
Yeah,
oh my God, I'm actually going to be fishing venues where I could be playing
Yeah,
them
yeah,
fish and having. Do you know what I mean? It's mental, isn't it?
In the next few years, lads, you're going to beat your PBs time and time again. And I'll be here to.
Cannot wait.
Cheers. Can't wait.
It's true, isn't it?
The stress I go through, I tell you.
They ain't got a film.
No, exactly. The beer I drink from these is out of order.
And that's a wrap. Where's the port?
Right, done.